Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the classroom of Kunming Preschool Education College. Today, we continue with Chapter 9, Assessment of Basic Mobility, Part 2. I am your presenter, Tan Yukin. This chapter will focus on two additional fundamental mobility assessment components. 1. Flat ground walking ability assessment. 2. Stair climbing ability assessment. We begin with the first component, flat ground walking ability assessment. Walking on flat ground refers to walking with alternating steps on flat ground, always with one foot in front. When assessing the ability to walk on flat ground, the subject should start from a standing position and walk approximately 15 meters, pausing for no more than 20 minutes during the walk. Assessment. Content. Assess the subject's ability to walk independently on flat ground, whether they require assistance from others during walking, and the degree of their dependence on others. If the assessment site cannot meet the requirement of walking continuously for approximately 50 meters on flat ground, walking continuously for is greater than or equal to 5 meters on flat ground can be used as the benchmark. This is flat ground walking ability scoring criteria. Polite phrases are commonly used by assessors. Grandpa, Grandma, can you walk on flat ground by yourself? How far can you walk on flat ground? Do you usually need someone to help you walk? Scoring details. 4 points. The assessed person can walk a certain distance, 50 meters on flat ground, without any assistance from others, or without using assistive devices, handrails or walls, and without the risk of falling. However, this does not apply to blind people using canes. 3 points. The assessed person can walk 50 meters on flat ground on their own, but there is a risk of falling. Safety can only be ensured with the guidance and prompting of others or by using assistive devices, excluding wheelchairs or holding onto walls. For example, the assessed person can only walk on flat ground by using a walking aid. 2 points. The subject of assessment can only walk on flat ground with a small amount of support and assistance from others. For example, the subject of assessment needs to be helped by others to maintain balance when he is about to lose his balance. Or he can only walk a certain distance on flat ground with intermittent support from others. 1 point. The person being assessed can only walk on flat ground with a lot of support and assistance from others. For example, the person being assessed needs to be supported by others the whole time when walking on flat ground. If the person being assessed is in a wheelchair and can drive on their own for about 50 meters or more than 5 meters and can turn flexibly and adjust their direction of travel, then their ability to walk on flat ground can be assessed as 1 point. 0 points. The person being assessed is completely unable to walk. The person being assessed cannot walk more than 5 meters on flat ground even with the help of others. Or the person being assessed is unable to walk due to being bedridden or in a coma for many years. If the person being assessed is in a wheelchair but is unable to drive the wheelchair due to weakness in their hands or other reasons, their ability to walk on flat ground can be assessed as 0 points. Assessment considerations. The standing movements of the subject before walking are not included in the assessment of flat walking ability. The walking speed, stride, and sense of direction of the subject are not included in the assessment of flat walking ability. The assessment of walking ability on flat ground is aimed at the assessment subject's walking behavior on flat ground in daily life. Their performance in walking rehabilitation training on flat ground is not included in the assessment of walking ability on flat ground. Special circumstances when assessing walking ability on flat ground If the following situations are encountered, they should be recorded in detail in the special items record form. 1. On the day of the assessment, the subject was unable to walk due to a sprained ankle. According to the family's account, the subject could usually walk on his own with crutches. His ability to walk on flat ground can be assessed as 3 points, and this situation should be recorded in detail in the special matters record sheet. 2. The person being assessed mainly relies on their own body parts to relieve fatigue when walking in daily life and hardly needs assistance from others. For example, every few minutes, the person being assessed needs to bend over and rest for a while with their hands on their knees. In this case, the assessor can evaluate the person's ability to walk on flat ground as 3 points and record the situation in detail in the special matters record sheet. 3. The subject can walk about 5 meters with the help of parallel bars during rehabilitation training, but cannot walk at all in daily life. The assessor may rate the subject's ability to walk on flat ground as 0 points and record this situation in detail in the special matters record sheet. 4. If the person being assessed has severe cardiopulmonary dysfunction and even a very small amount of activity may cause the disease to occur and cannot demonstrate the walking process at the assessment site, the assessor may assign the person's ability to walk on flat ground a score of 0 and record this situation in detail in the special matters record sheet. 5. If the subject has both legs amputated, he can transfer his body position by relying on his hands, but he has no ability to stand. The assessor may evaluate the subject's ability to walk on flat ground as 0 points. If the subject has prostheses, the assessment should be based on the subject's walking ability after the prosthesis is installed. We now proceed to the second evaluative component, stair climbing ability assessment. Going up and down stairs refers to alternating between both feet while continuously going up and down stairs. Assessment content: assessing the individual's ability to climb stairs independently, whether they require assistance from others during this process, and the degree of their dependence on others. Note: the scoring system for stair climbing ability assessment employs a distinctive 3-point scale, differing from other assessment protocols. When assessing a person's ability to climb stairs, the following polite phrases are commonly used by assessors. Grandpa, Grandma, do you usually take the stairs when you get home? Are you able to go up and down the stairs by yourself? Do you need assistance going up or downstairs? How did he or she assist you? Scoring details: 1. 3 points. The person being assessed can go up and down stairs independently 10 to 15 steps without any assistance from others or using any assistive devices. However, this does not apply to blind people using canes. 2. 2 points. The assessed person can go up and down stairs independently with assistive devices or can only go up and down stairs with the guidance or prompting of others. For example, the assessed person can only go up and down stairs with the help of the stair handrail. Or, when going up and down stairs, the assessed person needs others to guide them on which leg to step with first. 3. 1 point. The subject can only go up and down stairs with minimal contact assistance from others. The subject needs assistance to maintain balance when about to lose balance, or can only go up and down stairs with intermittent assistance from others. 4. 0 points. The assessed person can only go up and down the stairs with a lot of contact assistance from others, or completely depends on the assistance of others when going up and down the stairs and cannot cooperate with the assistance of others. For example, the assessed person needs to be supported by others the whole time when going up and down the stairs. or is unable to walk due to being bedridden or in a coma for many years, or cannot go up and down the stairs even with the help of external force. Assessment considerations: the speed of going up and down stairs and whether or not to take the designated stairs are not included in the assessment of the ability to go up and down stairs. The assessment of the ability to go up and down stairs is aimed at the behavior of the assessed person going up and down stairs in daily life. The performance of the assessed person in the rehabilitation training of going up and down stairs is not included in the assessment of the ability to go up and down stairs. Special circumstances: if assessors encounter special circumstances during the assessment of ability to climb stairs, they can refer to the special item scoring in the assessment of ability to walk on flat ground and record the situation in detail in the special item record sheet. Now we will examine an overview question, which is requiring application of the assessment principles we have discussed. Case 1. Grandpa's son is 66 years old and has a history of heart failure. When going up or down stairs, he needs to rest for a few minutes after every 5 or 6 steps. Case 2. Grandma Chi is 70 years old and has a history of arthritis. Due to a foot injury, she was unable to demonstrate going up and down stairs on the day of the assessment. Grandma Ki's family stated that she can usually go up and down stairs independently while holding onto the railing. 2 to 3 people should assess Grandpa's son and Grandma Ki's ability to go up and down stairs in the above case and explain the scoring criteria. This completes our comprehensive coverage of basic mobility assessment protocols. Thank you for your attentive participation. This section is now concluded.